cross members are the foundation of the entire camera.
100%.
So if you have channels structured at 16 inches, centered at 16 inches, it's just obviously better than centered at 17, 18, 19,
no,
20.
it's stronger. Like the plate, for example,
you get
if
more
this
of
is your structure and then the plate goes here, the more space between them, the more this plate is going to start.
That to me is crazy because I thought
so when you have
thought
stuff
this
like
can.
that in your dumpsters, if you have like heavy trunks or something, and you just happen to
That's lightweight. I would say
if something heavy goes in the spot between the channels,
stop breaking.
Exactly.
Rocks for them to lay down gravel and stuff. That's when that
That's not
becomes
good. So
And we do a lot of repairs, too.
I thought the quality
so
of
we
this.
see, things like that.
I started with repairs.
I thought the
That
quality
was
of
my
this
biggest-
was
that's how I pretty started.
was looked over by somebody else than just the company. But like for example, you're saying on that it's 16. I cannot close that wall. I was a project manager. You can't close a sheetrock a wall until an inspector comes in and says, "Yeah, this is 16." You go 19, you know what happens, right? You're shutting down that place. So that just
Same guy.
This is our lock mechanism. Basically, this has a double safety feature. Why? Because it has this pen here that you can see, and it actually has this chain system, which this chain system is very common in all of the other manufacturing companies. What I would say is different compared to the other manufacturing companies is this lock mechanism in itself. So basically, as we remove the pin, bring this up, our lever, you can lock it in place here. So now the operator doesn't have to struggle with this in his hand and the door at the same time compared to the competitors. Once we take this chain off here,
And note that the chain is much lower on the door than on our cans, so the risk of it getting caught in the tarping system has been reduced or eliminated.
okay. So we have a smooth opening door. It closes with no struggle. The good thing about our hinges as well, if the door does go to sag, right?
Yeah.
By it being mounted on the floor of the dumpster compared to the other competitors that don't do that, as it sags, this kind of supports it.
Right.
So if the door begins to sag, you can still kind of push it up, mount it on here, instead of having it continue to sag. So that's another advantage that we like to bring to the attention of our customers. So once you lock the chain in here, that's it.
And the floor is extended.
We bring our column out in a little bit.
Yeah.
This column would have been right here,
Yeah.
and your door would have been right here, right?
Right.
But in this case, the only thing is we bring in the column,
Yeah.
and we bring the door up on here.
Yeah.
But the door is the same size.
Yeah.
And when you're loaded on the road and you're driving
Yeah.
on another dumpster and the door's not sitting on the
Correct.
floor, it's going like this.
Correct.
So after so long,
Like don't.
after so long,
I love
you're
that
gonna
because-
have. You know, that's why some dumpsters,
When I'm
the
saying
door
all
opens, it
doors are gonna
drags.
sag.
Yeah.
You gotta carry it.
All doors are going to be
That's what I'm
sitting.
saying.
But when it
This
does
has
sag,
support.
exactly. When it does sag, all doors are going to be sitting. Steel expands with time. That's it. There's no way around
hot and all
it.
that.
Exactly.
And
So if you were flat and you were bringing it
Orlando
in,
got busted
you were bringing it
for
in, you would have to lift up and push it. In this case, you don't. If you just and now you can do. Your hands are free now.
That's their fault. So this represents your internal can number.
So number 17 and 21, that represents the two welders that actually put this unit together. So if there's any type of problems or situations, if you see the door on the right-hand corner as well has a number, that's the welder who fabricated the door. And on this side here on the floor, you have the numbers of the welders that fabricated the floor. So if any defects, we can narrow down exactly which welder made the mistake, and it helps us not to get them in any type of trouble, just to correct whatever mistake and avoid it from happening again.
Quality control.
Right. And then what we talked about here, this is cold rolled because it's stronger, it's more reliable.
All of our flat bars and all of our round bars are cold rolled.
Okay, and then obviously this is, what gauge is this?
That's 10 gauge.
It's 10 gauge. Okay. This is perfect. And then Adam, as we talked about, it is possible to make this arm longer and,
Sure.
and put a tube on the end to
Oh,
round
not a
it.
problem.
Yeah.
Not a problem. We could round it. We can make it longer, shorter, thicker. All those accommodations we could make on call, basically on demand. As you guys make changes to fit you guys better, we could make them. That's not a problem. We could change it however you want.
Okay. How about talk about
The pin on the wheel. So basically, we have this pin. This pin you can actually lock in the wheel in place. So if you want to protect any driveways or anybody's groundwork, you can kind of lock the wheel in there so it won't roll on the ground. Some people would like to use it, some can. If you don't want to use it, you can leave it right here and it's not a problem if you do choose to use it. If by any chance the truck is jumping up and down and this comes off, it doesn't matter. It's not long enough to reach the ground or hurt anything or get in the way of anything. So it doesn't matter if it does come off during the ride back and forth.
You know, and then on the other side of the dumpster, there's one of these, obviously. Yeah. So when you open, that same chain
It hooks there.
hooks there. So if you need to hold the door open, so he can back up and dump.
The only reason I like what we put it at, because we're putting it on a structural channel. They do it on this thin piece of can, right?
Yeah.
That's where they put that.
Yeah.
We put it on the channel.
Yeah.
So this is a thicker channel, and we put it lower, which gives you. Right.
So you may not have known that, but that gives us
exactly.
a huge benefit.
Yeah,
is
we
to have
didn't
it
know
lower.
that. The reason we put it here is because obviously this is actual structural channel, and compared to just putting it on a ladder. So basically, for example, this part here, which is your safety lock for your chain, is on the structural channel. Compared to being on the can, this can lateral is about 1/8 of an inch thick, compared to this, which is about 3 inches by 1.5, and it's molten. So you see when they go to dump here, it's not pulling on the plate; it's actually pulling on the structure.
Love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Now, I have three things I care about. But I care about quality and safety. Right? I do not, as I said, I do not want anyone ever to get hurt or worse. Right? And so things like efficiency and leverage matter to me. And this really bothers me. Right? And then I care about time of delivery. It is a black box right now at Iron Container. Think about those three things. I love, what I've seen. This is brilliant, right?
Yes, sir.
So then I got to go on faith. If we're able to move forward, that it's going to be 95% of this.
Of course.
Right? And I get it. 95% of this over and over and over again. That's great. And then the safety issue is a big one as well. So those are the three things I care about. I can't say that one is more important than the other because it all depends on the timing, right? Between a can that's 3,600 and a can that's 3,500, I don't really care price-wise. Then I care more about
How fast you can get them
and the quality.
To kind of answer two of those for you, the first one would be timing, right? So we always make sure we give our clients a heads up at least 48, 72 hours. Hey, today's Monday. We're planning to put your load on the truck Wednesday or Thursday. Please be prepared to receive Thursday. Oh, it's not a good day for you? Let's push it for Friday. So we always try to work with you on that.
And being in a business of logistics, we all know how logistics work.
Correct.
We do not have this is our truck and our system.
Yeah.
We have 2 semis, we have 2 trailers. I don't put them out there if I don't need to. I only put them on desperate moments, liability. We all know how it is to be.
That's why these are 600s and not bigger than that.
I can't control the drivers. We work with brokers.
I
Like
get it.
today, a driver said, hey, my truck had a problem.
I can't make it.
He can't make it. Then he called an hour later. I'll be there in 2 hours. Things like that.
Luckily,
But
that worked out. But for timing wise,
he's very well with communication.
Good.
His biggest,
Nice.
and the biggest advantage you're gonna have with this gentleman here, with our team,
That's
is
very, very
communication.
important to me.
He has those phones on him literally
Yeah.
7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
You can call this guy at 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday, 8 o'clock in the morning, Sunday church. If he's in church, he's not gonna answer. But as soon as he gets out, he's gonna answer. That's the biggest.
Absolutely.
This guy with communication.
Well, that's great because I just promised someone earlier today that Rolando will deliver a can at 3 a.m. without talking to Rolando first. So I can even do it.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's a nice touch. Yeah.
if you have channels structured at 16 inches, centered at 16